Thank you.
This is the Tasman Bridge, built in 1964. It spans 1,400 metres across the Turrell.
Hello, come explore Mona with me. Mona stands for the Museum of Old and New Art, and it's Australia's largest privately owned museum and art gallery. I am on my way there via ferry. This is one of their own ferries called the Mona Roma. I was a little bit worried about getting seasick, so I seriously considered catching the bus, but this ferry was fine. Also, as a bonus, you get a little tour of Hobart, which is so fun because I didn't book in for any tours on this trip. Last night when I was eating dinner, they said that they sourced an ingredient by foraging on an island, and because we were eating on the water, I felt like I was in the movie The Menu. But then having arrived here by ferry, I feel like I'm about to be cooked like a s'more.
Who for?
Hi everyone, please have your tickets ready for scanning.
The first thing on the to-do list is an activity/artwork called Unseen Scene, and to get there we go through this exhibition called Oceans of Air. Tomás, the artist here, is really interested in the intersection between art and science from a climate change perspective. So this exhibition centers around the idea that air is invisible but all around us at the same time. We are here. Unseen Scene is a giant meditation sphere in the middle of this restaurant. I really didn't want to miss this, so I booked a few weeks ago. Today is actually the only day of my trip that I planned in advance. They don't open many booking slots to begin with, and so if you don't get a booking, you can also experience it if you eat at the restaurant. But it's known for having interactive performers, and I felt like that was too much pressure to put onto my social anxiety. When it's your turn, you go up these stairs and you lie on a circular bed as the ceiling sort of strobes through different colors, which is meant to give you a psychedelic experience. And then it's followed by the weight of darkness, where you sit in a pitch black room to contrast the sphere. To get to where we were before in the restaurant, we came through this light tunnel, which is also a Turrell piece. And it leads us to this room. All of this sits in an area of Mona called PHAROS, which is a $32 million wing, and in it there's the restaurant, 3 Turrell works, and a few other ones like this chair by Alicia Quada and 2050 by Richard Wilson. All of this shiny reflective liquid is sump oil, which is waste engine oil that's been filtered so many times. And this oil was meant to be poured into an existing room, but when this work was acquired, they built the space with the work in mind. owner has 4 Turrell pieces. 3 of them are in PHAROS, but 1 is outside, and this is it. It's called Amana. Look at the Mono logo. This is one of his sky space works, and if you come at sunrise or sunset, there's a light sequence that plays. Then there's this room, a room that makes rainbows, and I was so bummed that it was too cloudy for there to be any rainbows, but it's still a really nice space. This work, and I think a lot of people do as well, because I always see photos of this online. It's called Fat Car, and it's sort of about the unhealthiness of society in the sense that we lean towards excess. And it reminds me of this podcast I was listening to where this guy was saying that his Taiwanese grandma has a hoarding problem, and that it probably came from having to go through really uncertain times in the war, which led to this mindset of holding on to everything for as long as you can in case you need it one day. And, you know, there's also been a lot of discourse about how trauma is stored in your body and how it's passed on through generations. So the conspiracy theory is that I probably have a little hoarding problem that originated from my grandparents. Next, we're going to the last Turrell piece. This one you book in for on the day through their app. Thanks. I was thinking about staying around for Amana, the Turrell piece outside, for the night sequence, but then it got so windy, so rainy, so cold. I decided to call it a day and hop on the ferry back.